Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news update and information with a video on the 2023 Ford F-150. So we are, now the order guide has come out and you can now order a 2023 Ford F-150. So we're kind of running through the different trim levels to let you know what's standard as well as what's optional. We call them our complete guide videos because we will cover everything in this video. So we're going to cover the standard equipment first, go around and talk about that. We're going to also talk about the different equipment groups and different packages and standalone options. So it's going to be a very thorough, very long video. So please use the timestamps down below in the description and the chapters if you're watching this on a phone. And you can move around in the video to get the information that you're looking for in this video. So I don't want to dictate what you are interested in knowing about, whether it be performance, safety, or the features. So we're going to include everything in this video, and you can move around all you want to by using those timestamps down below. Now, also do remember you can go into your local Ford dealer. You can't order these right now. Now, Ford's website, the Ford build and price, is not up to date yet with the 2023 configurations yet. So we are going to kind of use some images from 22s and then kind of update with new information that we have for 2023 in this video. So we'll be using Ford's build and price to help us out here, getting us some of those displays, but feel free to move around in the video. And if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, hit that red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed over to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified the next time we have another video uploaded to YouTube channel. So let's get started. Let's dive in. Oh, and keep in mind too, if you're struggling to find a local dealer that will do MSRP pricing on an ordered vehicle, and maybe you're struggling whether or not they know how to put your order in and get it approved through that Ford's customer order verification program. All McArthur does here, and we do free shipping. So we'll have more information about the free shipping at the end of the video. So if you're struggling to find a dealer, maybe Law McArthur can help you out with that. So let's go ahead and dive right in and get started here. Now, to start off, I like to start talking about mechanical features. And before we jump in, we're going to actually go over here and kind of show you my screen here so you can kind of see what's going on. We are going to go to Ford's website, Ford.com. They have a really good build and price configurator, so we're going to use that. Go to trucks and vans. Of course, like I mentioned, 23 is not available yet, so we're going to use the 22 information. Click build and price. And then when we get to this, you will want to hit start your build. And then this basically tells you there's some supply chain constraints, so you know that. Now, we're talking about the Lariat trim starting at $49,100. I won't go over any pricing because these prices might be different for 23. But on the Lariat, you can notice too, if you on this, it'll actually tell you which trim is available based on your configuration. So if you click Super Cab, actually it is showing you on 23 or in 22, Super Cab Lariat was available, but this year Super Cab is not available in the Lariat trim. You have to go to the Super Crew configuration in either a 5.5 or 6.5 foot bed. So we're going to do the 5.5 foot bed here. So just keep that in mind. The Lariat trim for 2023 is available only in the Super Crew configuration. Check my notes. Available in either the 5.5 or 6.5 foot bed, and available in 2-wheel drive or 4x4. You don't select your drivetrain in here yet. So we're going to go Super Crew 5.5 for this information. Start your build there, and it does take a little while. There we go, and it goes to that configuration. So again, 22 Super Cab was available for the Lariat trim, but not in 23. So if you are wanting a Super Cab, you might want to see what you can find at a dealer's lot for the, did I just say 21 and 20? 22 configuration, you can get a Super Cab, but in 23 you cannot. So you might want to look around, see if you can find a 23 at a dealer's lot, because again, you can't order 23 anymore. So if that's what you're looking for. So we're going to use this, and for this first information that's talking about mechanical and the safety, we're going to actually just kind of pull up this vehicle and enlarge it here and kind of show you that vehicle as we talk about some of the, we're going to actually go down here to the powertrains, because we are going to talk a little bit about the engines first. So the standard engine on the Lariat trim is the 2.7 liter V6 EcoBoost engine with the auto start-stop technology. And that is going to be standard on the Lariat 2-wheel drive or 4x4s with the 5.5 foot bed. That's a 145-inch wheelbase, and the 2-wheel drives with the long bed. So that's a 156-inch wheelbase, so 6.5 foot bed. So if you have the 2-wheel drive with that one, you'll have 2.7. So the standard engine for the 4x4s with that 6.5 foot bed on the Super Crew will be the 5.0 liter V8 engine that's listed here with the auto start stop technology and flex fuel capability. So now what auto start stop is if you come up to stoplight, stop sign, it's going to shut the vehicle off. And if you let go of the brake, it's going to turn it back on. Now, I will tell you for this year, they are requiring you to put the auto start stop removal on there, which is an option. We'll talk more about options in a little bit. So the vehicles will not have that here at the launch, because that takes more of those microchips, and so they're trying to limit that, so your vehicle won't have that anyway. So but it is standard equipment, and so they might remove the requirement for that, so people that want the auto start stop can have it. But right now you will be required to add the optional removal for that to get it scheduled. It will come with the 10-speed, okay, and 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive down here. And then your transmission, your electronic 10-speed automatic transmission. That is going to be also standard on the 3.5 EcoBoost. And I forgot to mention that. So even though on the, your 4x4 short wheelbase, the 2.7 is standard, you can, as you can see, upgrade to the optional 5.0 liter engine or either of these other two engines. So the 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost engine as well as the 3.5 PowerBoost will be available as optional engines, but that will be standard. So, down here where I had 2.5, so that's what was, now even if I go 4x4, because it's still a short bed, 2.7 is going to be the standard engine. So yes, it's still the standard engine. But if I went to that 6.5 bed configuration, it'll tell me that the 2.7 is optional engine and the 5.0 would be my standard engine. So just so you know, when you select those, it might change the values of those. And again, I'm working off of last year's prices, 2022 prices, not 23. The 10-speed automatic transmission will be the standard engine on your 2.7 as well as your 5.0 and also the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine, but not on the PowerBoost engine. So keep that in mind, that the PowerBoost engine will have the hybrid electronic 10-speed automatic transmission. So it's a hybrid transmission, a little bit different setup there. Now you will have all your 4x4s like we've selected here. We'll get the 2-speed automatic 4x4 system. Where you can put it in an auto 4x4 and it's going to shift into 4x4 when it needs it. But also we'll have neutral tow capabilities too for that. And you can put it in 4 low and 4 high as well as the automatic settings. So you will get selectable drive modes of normal, eco, sport, tow haul, slippery mode, whether you have 2-wheel drive or 4x4. 2-wheel drives will also get a trail mode where on the 4x4s that trail mode will be replaced with a deep snow sand mode and a mud rut mode. So you get an extra mode there. And then of course you can get of course these will come standard. The frame here, as you can kind of see it here, is a fully boxed steel frame. Your front axle will be an independent front suspension, and you'll have your fail-safe cooling system, electronic parking brake with auto hold feature, which means it'll hold it at a stoplight, stop sign if you have that turned on. So nice feature to have it in my Lightning. Hill start assist as well, help you if you're on a hill to get started and not roll back for you. And you will have front stabilizer bar. You also get the shock absorbers. You can kind of see here, coilover front shocks. They will be a heavy duty up there, and on the rear you're going to have those leaf springs, heavy duty rear shocks back there. And then you will have I'm sorry, I actually just say shocks. I meant the springs. So you're going to have coilover springs in the front, leaf springs in the back, but your shocks will be heavy duty front and rear shocks. But on the rear, those shocks are outboard mounted, so that way it helps with that bed moving around on you. So sorry, I was looking at the wrong word here when I was talking about that. Your power rack and pinion steering as well, and that's all the mechanical features that I wanted to cover. Now let's talk about some safety features next. Now let's talk about some of your safety features, and first talking about your airbags. You will have the driver and front passenger will have front airbags. Driver and passenger side seat mounted side impact airbags. So if that side collision, they're going to deploy from those seats and deploy those airbags. And you're going to have safety canopy side curtain airbags for the first and second row. So it's going to come down, protect from breaking glass. If you have a rollover, it'll have a rollover sensor as well. And then also you'll have advanced track with roll stability control. So advanced track, fancy word saying that it's going to monitor the brakes on all those vehicles. If you go into a curve a little too fast, it's going to put brakes and apply them where it needs to keep you on your intended path. And with that rollover control and curve control, it'll hopefully help in those situations on those curves. And also you will have some other safety features. You will have My Key. So if you do have someone that's driving your vehicle, a younger driver or something, you can set up one of the keys to be a My Key, to where it eliminates how high the radio can go, where the radio can be turned on at all if the seatbelt's not on, several different things like that. And you can limit the speed that they can go as well, which is a nice feature to have. It does have SOS post-crash alert system, honks the horns, flashes lights if you're in an accident off the side of the road, so people know that you had an accident over there. Also, you get your lane keeping system. So this is activated whether you're at the cruise set or not. You can turn the lane keeping system on. It gives you a driver alert system. So if you're taking your hands off the steering wheel too often, it lets you know that. Also, if it has a lane keeping aid system or alert system. So the way the alert system will be is that it'll let you leave your lane, but it'll vibrate the steering wheel and let you know that you've left your lane. The lane keeping aid system will help keep you in your lane, so it won't let you go over those lines. It gets over those lines and tries to keep you and bring you back in. So it does have to be able to see those lines. So sometimes if you look on the screen, you may see a green line on one side but not on the other, means it can't see that other lane. So it is an aid system, not an autonomous driving by any means whatsoever there. Also, you do get pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. So it comes with pedestrian detection, forward collision warning, and dynamic brake support. So the way that works is if there's someone going much slower than you and they're not turning, you're not paying attention, not applying your brakes, it's going to alert you with a series of tones and alert on the screen that you need to stop, and it preloads those brakes so that when you're ready to hit those brakes, you're going to stop much faster, and even detects the pedestrians under 30 miles an hour. So keep that in mind there. That's a real nice system there. Post-collision braking means if you're in an accident and maybe you're unconscious, can't put it in park or forget to put it in park, when sometimes in that types of situations you might forget that, it's going to use post-collision braking for the vehicle. Backing up, it's going to use reverse brake assist. So if you're backing up, there's a bicycle back there or something, you're backing out of the driveway, or there's somebody crossing on a side, a sidewalk or something, it's going to brake the vehicle if you're not paying attention and do that. So it warns you first, I believe, and then it'll brake the vehicle. So that is actually a new system in the last couple of years. You also, with the Lariat trim, get advanced security package that includes secure, passive, and a theft system. And you also get that perimeter alarm with the inclination and intrusion sensors. So what that all means is secure, lock, passive, and a theft system means that it's a coded key. So when you shut that vehicle off, it locks that steering column in such that they cannot turn that on unless you have that coded key to start the vehicle again. So it won't restart it without that key in the vehicle. Also, the intrusion and inclination sensors means if someone tries to get in your vehicle when you have the vehicle locked, it's going to see those sensors in there. So if there's nobody inside when you lock the vehicle and you get out, then it's going to you activate those sensors. So if somebody breaks a window, tries to reach in, it's going to see that intrusion and it's going to set the alarms off. Those horns will honk, lights will flash. It'll just go off and let everybody know somebody's in there. And the inclination sensors means if someone's trying to take your tires or your wheels. So if they jack your car up, truck up, I should say, in this situation, and you try to take those off, if it sees that inclination, then it's going to do the same thing. Flash those lights, honk the horns, and let everybody know it's going on there. So I think that's all my safety features. So now let's move into the exterior styling. All right, so now let's talk about the exterior of the vehicle, and this is where people really like to get excited about what the look of their truck's gonna look like, I should say. So here we're gonna use these images, so you can actually click through these images here, and again, this is based off of 22 information. Not a lot of differences in the styling of the vehicle interior and exterior between 22 and 23. I actually did a video on what's new for 23 that kind of goes through the differences. And one of the things you'll notice on the Lariat trim is they took away the 500A equipment group, which was your standard. So now the standard equipment group is 501A equipment group. So that everything we talk about will be basically, you look at it and go, well, that was in the 501A last year. Well, this year you start at the 501A, and then the only equipment group you can add is that 502A equipment group. So we're going to use some of these images, and we'll go ahead and hit this little button here. We'll get a little bit closer here so you can see that. So starting at the front of the vehicle, the grille, you notice, is a chrome 2-bar grille. That's these bars right here. So a little different look and design than you see on the XL and XLT. You do have one minor bar that kind of goes through here in the middle. You can see through the Ford emblem there. And then you're going to also get the, it says a chrome surround with silver accents. So back here, this here will be basically black, but on the front of each of those will be a silver accent. So it really makes that pop a little bit more, having the silver accent with that front grille there. Your bumpers down here will be chrome front bumper with the body colored front fascia. And that's actually right below. You might see where this breaks right here from the fender. So this here is going to be body colored right here, right underneath the grille and underneath the headlights. chrome bumpers over here as well. You will see chrome tow hooks. If you have a 4x4, if you choose 4x4, your tow hooks will be chrome. They actually look black here, but they will be chrome on the Lariat trim. Your headlights, there'll be LED reflector headlights with the chrome bezels in there. So this is where you go from the halogen to the LEDs when you go up to the Lariat trim. You also notice the LED signature lighting on the outside over there. And you're going to see it down here with the fog lights too. So these are called cornering lamps. And then you will have LED fog lights in there as well. Now you will have daytime running lights that are going to be configurable through your instrument cluster. And you can turn those to be on during the day. And I believe that's going to be these LED lights on the outside, if I'm not mistaken. Does have auto lamp as well. So when you means that when you turn your the headlights in an auto setting, they'll come on automatic when it gets dark, shut off when it gets light for those headlights. And the rain lamp is wiper activated, so that means if you turn the wipers on, headlights will come on. Some states it is a law, so Ford is just doing that across on all their vehicles. Also, you get auto high beams, so that means those high beams will come on automatically when it gets dark. Really dark outside, if somebody approaches you, or if you're in the city lights, it's going to shut those off. Now that is a feature you can activate and deactivate in your lighting section of your productivity screen in there under the vehicle settings. And then LED fog lights, I talked about that, and LED cornering lamps. So real nice design and style and look here on the front of the vehicle. And then over here to the side, moving along, you do have 18-inch chrome-like wheels. So I don't know if that's the exact styling for this year or not, but you will have an 18-inch chrome wheel. And your tires, all-season tire for the two-wheel drive, all-terrain tires are for the 4x4s that'll match up to those wheels. Tire pressure monitoring system is standard equipment. Monitors the tire pressure on all 4 of those, so you can see that. Alerts you if something gets out of whack too much there, so you know. 4-wheel disc brakes with ABS, standard equipment too. And then here on the fender, there's going to be a chrome Lariat fender badge for you. So it'll all the different series will have that right over here on the side. Give it a nice flare to the side of the fender over there. Now your mirrors, it will be. Let me double check here. Chrome skull caps is what's standard. Now what we really need to do is let's go down here to the packages, because again, this is the 501A is standard equipment now. So let's go ahead and go to the mid equipment group for 22 and see how that changes that look. Yes, I want that. It didn't change the mirror caps, but according to the order guide for 23, you're going to have a chrome mirror cap. To those, they will be a power folding, power glass, power heat for that. So power mirrors feature for that glass. It'll be heated, chrome mirror cap as well. You're going to have the turn signal indicator, memory, auto dimming feature, the high intensity LED security approach lamp as well, LED side mirror spotlights, all those features on the mirror, standard equipment, because that's usually what you get when you go to the 201 or the 501A equipment group. That's now standard equipment on your Lariat trim when you go to this trim here. So you're going to have all those features when it comes to the mirrors. You'll also get the Bliss, the blind spot information system with cross traffic alert as well, and includes monitoring your trailer too. So if you have a trailer in there, it'll monitor the blind spot of your trailer too. And cross traffic alert means if you're backing up, vehicle crosses behind you, it's going to alert you and let you know that there's someone coming. Series of tones, even puts in the message center if they come from the left or the right. Even on your screen, center stack screen now, it is showing an arrow at the bottom of which direction they're coming from. Okay, you will also get intelligent access with push button start, and we'll have the keyless entry keypad as you can see on this one. So that means you put your hands in the door handle, automatically unlock the vehicle, press the little knob on the outside, locks the vehicle without having to get the keys out of your pocket. You also get remote start, standard equipment on that too, so close enough proximity you can use your remote to remote start the vehicle too. And then let's see what else. Oh, the door handles, chrome door handles. So these are shown body colored, but again, this is a little bit different for 23. So chrome door handles, as well as the tailgate handle in the back. Is going to be on this. Now you will get the bright polished angular step bars as standard equipment for this year. You'll have that standard equipment for you. And then you also have the easy fuel capless filler door. You can kind of see the door open. You open that up, so no cap to worry about losing, leaving behind, getting your hands dirty. You just fill it up. There's a double door system inside that. So there's the nozzle has to be the correct size, and it's the same size what you get at the fuel pump. So if you do get like a gas can, you run out of gas, that won't be the correct size. You'll need to use a funnel because it's too small, and it won't open that door because it has a little valve, a little kind of lock in there. So you'll need to use a funnel, and that funnel is actually located on the passenger side behind the rear seat, along with where the jack is back there too. And then your fuel tank is going to be a 26-gallon fuel tank as well for these vehicles. So, and then there is an option to get an upgraded 36-gallon fuel tank. We'll talk about that when we get to optional equipment. Let's move this around to the back. Make this a little bigger for you. So, moving to the back, you will have a cargo lamp integrated up here at the top of the cab. Center high-mounted stoplight, so that's that third brake light, so people see what you're wanting to brake, even if they're in taller trucks and not paying attention to the nice big tail lights back here. Power sliding rear view window with privacy glass and rear defroster. So even those back windows will get privacy glass, which means the tinted glass, and then you'll have this power sliding with this and rear defrost on that back glass back there. Your rear bumper is going to be chrome back here, as you can see there. You'll have rear view camera. It's located right here in the door handle with rear view camera, and you're going to have reverse sensing system too. Reverse sensing is actually standard equipment even on the XL trim. You will have dynamic hitch assist as well, so when you're backing up, you're going to be able to have those guided lines to help guide you back. You will also have an LED light back here too, standard equipment on your Lariat trim too. Class 4 receiver hitch, you can kind of see it here. It's going to include the 4-pin and 7-pin wiring. It's going to also include the smart trailer tow connector, and your hitch receiver, trailer sway control as well back there too. Spare tire is up underneath. You can access it. There's a little spot right there where you can, it's locked, so you can access to the spare tire, but other people can't. In there, you would use all the tools that are in with your jack behind the back seat on the passenger side to get in there and lower the tire down for you, but it's located underneath. In the back, I kind of see it there. It is a single tip exhaust that's chrome, so it has a chrome tip back there over that in the back. And then Jack talked about power tailgate release. So you have power release, press the button twice, it's going to power it down, so you'll have power release with this for that tailgate. Power tailgate lock as well when you lock the vehicle up. Tailgate hitch assist, so when you're pulling it up, it kind of assists, so it's not so heavy, so you can shut that. And then you will also have your LED tailgate light I mentioned earlier. You will have inside, you'll have 4 tie downs, pickup box tie downs in there. Also, zone lighting is standard equipment on the Lariat trim, so you'll get LED lights inside in the bed. You'll also get uses these LED lights, these backup lights, the lights underneath the mirrors, and also your headlights to give you zone lighting all the way around the vehicle. So I love that feature. You can have separate zones, front, back, at each of the sides, or you can turn them all on at the same time. So you can use all those. Inside the bed, you'll also get a 400-watt outlet, standard equipment on the Lariat trim. So you have an outlet in the bed, plus you'll get some extra outlets behind the console inside we'll talk about, and some other outlets in there as well. Now, if you do have a hybrid, hybrids will come standard with a 2.4 kilowatt Pro Power on board, so it'll give you 4 outlets back there instead of just the one in the bed. But otherwise, you will get standard with 400-watt, 1 outlet in the bed itself. So that's all the exterior features. Now let's move inside and talk about some of the interior features. All right, moving to the interior. So a couple things I want to talk about here in the interior. First of all, getting into the vehicle, you will have scuff plates in the vehicle to protect it. You can't really see it in this image here, but you will get scuff plates getting into the vehicle. Also illuminated entry, which means when you unlock the vehicle, it's going to illuminate the inside of the vehicle, allow you to see when you're getting in before you start the vehicle. Fade to off interior lighting as well. So when you shut the vehicle off, it's going to turn those lights on, light get in before it fades those off eventually. And then delayed accessory power as well. Again, when you shut the vehicle off, you're still going to have some power for a little bit to those outlets and to the different things, but then eventually you will lose that power too. Carpeted flooring with carpeted mats. You kind of can see that a little bit here on this image here. That's how that's going to look like. So a little bit right there, you can kind of see those mats. Now for the seats, they different than last year. Standard seating configuration is the bucket seats with the console shifter. That is standard equipment on all of your Lariat trims for this year. Heated and ventilated seats for the driver and front passenger are also standard on all of the Lariat trim vehicles. And ventilated is a fancier word for saying cooled seats, because what they mean by ventilated is it actually pulls the air through the seats instead of cooling the seat off. And then 10-way power driver's seat and a multi-adjustable power passenger seat. So when they say multi-adjustment, they're not telling you how many ways necessarily. It's probably a 6-way or 8-way more than likely. You will have power lumbars. You can see there, power recline, and the seat can go forward and back as well as up and down, whereas the seat, the back cushion can come up and down too. So the front and the back of the cushion goes up and down. And then let's see, you will have driver memory as well. So it memorizes the seat configuration, where it's at, your power mirror, as well as power adjustable pedals, which we'll talk about a little bit. You'll have an armrest for storage, an armrest there for storage. You'll have a console in there. You can put things in. And here on the rear seat, you're going to see it 60/40 split bench seat, so that seat cushion can come up so you can get into access underneath. It does have underseat storage underneath there, so you have a little bit of a tray storage under there. You can't really see it in this image, but you'll have a little bit of storage about that wide really on it. That's available. Now, if you do have the 2 kilowatt Pro Power on board for your gas engines, the 2.7 Eco or the 5.0 or the 3.5 Eco, then it does remove that underseat storage, just so you know that for some reason. You also get behind the console 2 smart USB ports, and you'll have some vents back there too. So you can power different devices back there. I believe there's an outlet. It's not showing it here, but I believe when you go to the, since you get the 400 watt outlets, you get an outlet behind the instrument, you get one on the instrument panel, but also, behind the console too. So you'll have that, should have that behind that console. So an outlet, 2 USB ports, and 2 vents in the back there too. All right, on the door trim, I'm gonna go to this 360 view for the rest of this. I believe that's worked pretty well for me in the past videos. So there we go. So see if I can get this over here. So you do have a little bit different trim here on the door. So, oh, by the way, you will get either, and let's go back for a second. You will get either standard equipment, either the black with the slate gray interior, or you can go with the Baja tan interior. You can see what that kind of looks like. I think it's going to look the same in 23 Baja tan as well. So one of those two seating configurations here for you between those two. So you know that. And then let's go ahead and go back to this 360 view. Power windows, locks. There you will have for this on these power windows, you will have one touch up and down for the driver and passenger front windows. So just so you know that. So one touch means you just hard press it down, and they're going to go down automatically. Hard press up, and it'll do the same thing for those. Power locks as well, and you'll have power locks integrated into your remote as well. Don't forget about that. Does have includes auto lock, which means it'll, as you start driving, it'll automatically lock the doors there. You will have power adjustable pedals, as I mentioned earlier. Those pedals can come forward and back, included in your driver memory features when you set those up. Leather wrap heated steering wheel, standard equipment on the Lariat trim. You can see the nice stitching there on the steering wheel there. It does have, I believe, it didn't say power tilt and telescoping, but it does say power, that it's a manual tilt and telescoping for that you can go forward and back. Then you also get some audio controls on the steering wheel. In fact, you get some additional steering wheel controls for this trim because of some features we're going to talk about in just a little bit. You will get cruise control as well up there, and you will get a 12-inch, you can kind of see it with this, and a 12-inch digital productivity screen here. Beautiful productivity screen, I think you'll like, with all the features in there. Compass display, your outside temperature display. You also get the, let me get my notes here. You'll get your different gauges like your fuel, oil pressure, transmission temperature, engine coolant. All those will be in there. Speedometer, tach, odometer, and everything there. Now talking about your climate control, you do get push button start as well right there. And then you're going to get the dual zone climate control. So the driver and front passenger have 2 different temperatures there. And then you also have B&O audio sound system, standard equipment, 8 speakers, including a subwoofer. You'll get HD radio, Sirius XM satellite radio with that new 360L feature. That'll be included too. Sync 4, as you can see there, with a 12-inch LCD screen. Information on demand, which means that here in the middle is where the left side is where you're gonna see like maybe your navigation, whatever, but you're gonna have one thing that's ready to go over here. So then you can just swipe that over, and it's gonna then switch those places really easy. So kind of in a sense on demand without having to press the buttons down below. You do have wireless course connection, so Bluetooth capabilities, cloud connected. You will have 911 assist as well. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as well, standard equipment on this. digital owner's manual, and this will have the connected navigation system and the conversational voice commands recognition system too. So that means you can have wake up words for it, and it activates it just like it does for Alexa and such like that. So really nice Sync 4 system that's included. Rear view mirror is going to be an auto dimming rear view mirror, so cars come behind you with those bright lights, I'm going to dim that mirror. On your visors, you will have driver and passengers. Let's see if I can see. Oh yeah, there we go. We'll have visors up here, and then we'll have mirrors, covered mirrors as well. They're illuminated. Does have universal garage openers. Can't really see it on the visor there, but you will have 3 little buttons there. You can control different garage doors and such with those buttons. And then moving down here in this media hub area, that's this here. That door can actually pull forward, and that's called the media hub. So you have 2 USB ports in there. There's smart charging ports in there. You also have some more USB ports here on the dash, as well as an outlet there too. So all those controlled in there, and then you will have the console shifter here, and then when the vehicle is in park, you can press that little silver button there. The console will go down, even if you don't have the interior work surface. That shifter will still go down if you want to. Couple cup holders there too, and then of course a nice console with, I believe, some also a PowerPoint in that console, and maybe even some USB ports in there too. You will have the Ford Pass Connect, so that allows you to stay connected to the vehicle using the Ford Pass app. So you can just connect your phone, activate it. You can remote start your vehicle from anywhere, schedule remote start times, unlock and lock your vehicle from anywhere, see the tire pressure, your fuel, everything through that Ford Pass app. Really nice being able to use that. And then interior here, you will get ambient lighting, so it lights up your cup holders, footwells. It'll be a nice blue color, but that will be standard equipment as well. So that's all your standard equipment. Now let's talk about that 502A equipment group that is optional. Now we're going to talk about the 502A equipment group. As I mentioned, everything so far we talked about has been standard equipment, which was all usually included in the 500 and the 501A. So now standard is your 501A equipment group. Did away with the 500A. So everything we talked about so far, standard equipment. So 502A equipment group gives you some a lot of features here. Not sure on the package price. I'm not looking at the price list for instance. So I'm just covering all the facts here on the equipment itself. But what you're going to get, a couple extra features. First, I want to talk about. And when you go to 502A equipment group, is you're going to get the 20-inch chrome wheels. And I think that is new for this year, because in the past, 502A equipment group did not get you the 20-inch chrome wheels, and now that's standard equipment. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get the 18s. We'll get into optional equipment here in just a little bit, but does not look like it. So you might want to look at getting, because some of these things I'm talking about in this package are standalone options. So if you want to stay with the 18s, you have that option by staying with the 501A and just adding some of these other packages and standalone options, because it looks like a lot of these are going to be, these other features are probably going to be standard equipment. We'll get into that in just a little bit. It does look like some of those are. So it looks like you probably could, if you don't like those 20-inch wheels, go with the 501A and just add some of these other features and packages. So 20-inch chrome wheels, standard equipment on the 502A. LED projector headlights with a dynamic bending headlights and LED tail lights. So that's going to be standard equipment on these. So you're going to have, instead of reflector, it's now projected. So before, those lights basically would be facing the truck, and they would hit the chrome bezels and bounce off, and that's how that would get the light out there. These are projectors, so they're actually forward facing and they project out. So a little bit brighter LED lights there for you. And dynamic bending means as you turn, if you're turning into a curve, it's going to bend and turn the light. So basically you're going to light up your intended path. And then you get rain sensing wipers as well. So that if you have one of those intermittent settings, it's going to turn those wipers when it starts raining. The harder it rains, the faster it goes without you having to do anything on your part, as long as you haven't one of those intermittent wiper settings. Now on the interior here, we do have the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. This is where you get the power tilt and telescoping instead of the manual tilt and telescoping. So, and that will be included in your driver memory features as well. And then you do also get second row heated seats. So, and those outbound seats will be heated, not the middle seat. You'll have that. Forgot to mention that armrest does fold down. Standard equipment on these. I forgot to mention that earlier. And then you also get a wireless charging pad down in that media hub. So down in there, where you see that little thing door that opens up, down in there you'll have a wireless charging pad as well, so you can put your phone down in there. And then the last thing I want to talk about that's included in this is your Copilot 360 Assist 2.0. This is where you get the intelligent adaptive cruise control, includes stop and go, lane centering, speed sign recognition along with it, and part of that intelligent adaptive cruise. And so basically, let's break these down. So the adaptive cruise control means it'll adapt that cruise so you don't have to hit your brakes. If you're coming behind somebody, they're going slower than you. You pass them, you're going to resume back up to your speed. And then so it even bring you to complete stop. So if you're in that rush hour traffic, you don't have to hit your brakes. It's going to bring it to complete stop. If they start going, hit the resume button. You're going to resume up behind them until you're able to pass them, and then it'll speed you back up. Lane centering means it'll keep you in the center of your lane instead of using the lane keeping system. It's going to use that and keep you on the center of your lane. And then speed sign recognition means, let's say you set your cruise at, at the cruise is 75, and you set your cruise at 75. If that speed sign changes to 70, it slows you down to go 70. So it helps from keeping you getting those speeding tickets and such. And you don't have to keep adjusting your speed limit or your cruise based on the speed limit. It's going to do that adjusting for you. So that's pretty cool. Some 3 other features you also get with the Copilot 360 Assist 2.0 is you get the evasive steering assist, which means if you can't brake in time, you can't, you have to turn to avoid them. It's going to ease and help you and assist you in that evading and turning the steering wheel. Also, intersection assist. So if you're coming up to an intersection, you have the turn signal on, you're going to turn over, and maybe you're not paying attention, there's a car coming, it sees that car's coming and it brakes your vehicle. So you don't have the intersection accident. And also you get the connected built-in navigation. So the difference is connected navigation means you'll have that navigation, but you will have to pay for a monthly subscription after 3 months. Whereas connected built-in navigation means you get 3 years for free included in that. So you don't have to worry about any payments for 3 years before you have to sign up for any kind of navigation subscription. So that's how that will all work. So that's everything that's included in the 502A equipment group. So let's talk about some of these other appearance packages first, and we'll talk about some of the other standalone options after that. Now let's talk about an appearance package that's available, and that is the Sport Appearance Package. Now this is optional on either the standard equipment 501A or optional on the 502A equipment group, and is not available with the Chrome Appearance Package, which is your standard trim basically that you can get here. So the Chrome Appearance Package is going to be kind of standard equipment now. It's kind of included. You saw the chrome bumpers and everything. It's standard equipment, so not available with that, of course, which makes sense. So what you're going to see on the front here is you're going to see the black 2-bar grill up here with the black minor bar that goes in between. So it dresses that up a little bit. It takes away the silver accents in the grill, so kind of blacks out the grill up here on the front. You're also going to get body colored bumpers throughout up here. So body colored bumpers does also get the of course the different grill up there. You will see on the side changes that from that chrome step bar to I believe it's black, or does it say accent color? I think that's more of a grayish color, magnetic color. Running board over here on the side. You'll see the wheels are different. So if you do equip this on the 501A equipment group, you'll get the 18-inch silver 6-spoke machine alloy wheel with the gloss black painted pockets. If you elect to go with the 502A and you get this appearance package, then you're going to get a 20-inch 6-spoke dark alloy painted wheel. So different color wheels depends on that, and so you can have those options. Now, if you want on the 501A, you can upgrade to the 20-inch wheel that is part of the 502A with this package. So you can get that as optional equipment if you want as well. And a couple other optional equipment things you can get for the exterior on this. You can get the 6-inch extended board. So you can see this and kind of stops at the door. But if you have, you want to extend that back, if you have a 6.5-foot bed, because it says it is available with that configuration, you can get the extended running board that goes back a little bit further. Or you can get the power deployable boards as well on the 502A equipment group. Those power boards aren't available on the 501A. Now, one interior feature that's standard on this, I didn't talk about a little bit earlier, is a unique interior finish. So see if it shows that. Not sure if that's what the unique interior is going to be for this year. I haven't seen our images and such yet, but it will get you the black interior for the most part. And of course, you already get the console shifter as standard equipment, unlike in 2022. So there you go. That's the Sport Appearance Package that's available for this year. Again, available on the 501A or 502A equipment group. Now let's talk about the FX4 Off Road Package. This is available in either the 501 or 502A equipment groups, and is available with your appearance packages. So keep that in mind. And this is actually from last year, but all the information is the same. It has been on the XL and XLT trim. So you will, with this package, it does require the 4x4, of course. That's the only main requirement there. But does give you some nice features here. So you're going to get upgraded with the electronic locking rear axle on these. Depends on the ratio, depends on what engine you have, as it says here, 331 with the 5.0 or the 3.5 EcoBoost, 355 for the 2.7 liter, and I believe 373 for your Echo on your Power Boost engines there. It doesn't mention that there. Let's see if it's in my notes here. This does mention a 3.5 with the 2.7 engine. Does not mention the Power Boost. So, and it is available with the Power Boost. So I'm not sure on that one. So you should be 373, I believe, for the Power Boost. You're going to have the FX4 decal on the side. Regardless, it always goes over a sport appearance package, black appearance package. On the black is where you'd see the FX being in black instead of the red there. You will get floor liners inside the vehicle, so you will, on the Lariat, you won't have the carpeted mats, but you will get the floor liners. Those will be like an all-weather mat. You will get hill descent control, so it helps you if you're going downhill, special off-road situation. It's going to help with that. You will get off-tuned rear shocks, or off-road tuned front shocks, sorry, and on the rear you're going to have the monotube shocks. So, and then the rock crawl mode that you're going to get with this package, which in the past I think last year was available. Well, you know, we're on the screen, it was last year, but before that you had to go to like a Tremor, or you had to go to one of those to be able to get that, or the Raptor, sorry. And then you have the skid plates also underneath to protect it as well. So, and then you can see optional, you can upgrade the gear ratio from a 331 to 355, or 355 to 373 as well with there, and you can upgrade to some different size tires as well there. So so there you go. That's a FX4 package available on the 501 or 502A equipment group. Now let's talk about the bed utility package. This is also available on the 501A or the 502A equipment, and it doesn't matter what bed configuration you have either. So this is a nice feature to have. So this feature here, you already get the zone lighting as part of the in the LED box lighting as part of the Lariat trim. You're going to get that, but with this one you're also going to get the box link system, which you can kind of see those cleats over there. Over there you can kind of see those and those plates, so you can add those to there to put, you know, different things and use those for tie downs and different things. But also you're going to get your tailgate step, which you kind of see it across there. It comes out of the top of the tailgate. So this is where you get your tailgate step, and then you're going to get your tailgate work surface as well. So that's going to be, you know, on top of the tailgate. You're going to have that as well, so you can kind of, you know, has a tape measure on there, different things to help you if you're on the job site and such. And these little clamp areas right here to be able to put, you know, wood down if you need to do any sawing or anything like that. You also get power tailgate too, so that's going to allow that power tailgate to come up. So we talked about power tailgate release on the Lariat trim. With this package, you also get the power tailgate up as well, back into place. And then you can also press the button right under there, on there, and it powers it back into place. So real nice bed utility package, again available in the 501A or 502A equipment group. Now let's talk about a couple different tow packages you can add on top of the Lariat trim, and one of them is your trailer tow package. It should be available on the 501A or the 502A equipment group. Just double check. Yep. So it's available on either one of those equipment groups and either of your two bed sizes, or 2-wheel drive, or 4x4. Now with this one here, this is showing that it includes several of these features, which some of these are already standard on the Lariat trim. Like you're getting the class 4 receiver hitch already, you're getting the 7-pin and wiring harness, which includes an adapter for 4-pin. You're also getting the tailgate LED light, the smart trailer tow connector, already included as standard equipment on the Lariat trim. What you're getting in addition to that on this is you're going to get the Pro Trailer Backup Assist, that allows you to use that dial to control the trailer instead of controlling the steering wheel to know if it goes to move the trailer back and forth. So that's included this, as well as your trailer brake controller. So that controls the brake of the trailer, especially if you're going downhill, to kind of help you so you're not using so much of the brake power, especially if you have a heavy load back there. So trailer tow package is, again, optional in the 501A or 502A equipment group for you. It includes a couple different nice upgrades. Now let's talk about the Max Trailer Tow package, also available in the 501 or 502A equipment group, and is available in 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or with a 5.5 or 6.5 bed configuration. Now this and also is going to include everything we've talked about as part of the trailer tow package, also included with this Max Trailer Tow package. Now this does require to have either the 3.5 EcoBoost engine or the 5.0 liter engine or the 3.5 Power Boost engine, not available with the 2.7 liter engine, so keep that in mind. This doesn't give you, depending on what engine you have and configuration for your drivetrain, a different electronic locker gear ratio. So you're going to have the 355 if this is ordered with the 3.5 EcoBoost or the 3.5 Power Boost 2-wheel drive. It'll be 373 if this is ordered with a 5.0 liter engine or the 3.5 EcoBoost with the 4x4 or the 3.5 Power Boost with the 4x4. So keep that in mind. Actually, this mentions the heavy duty payload package, but that's not available on the Lariat trim. So of course, already includes features you've already seen. It's included in the Lariat trim with a Class 4 receiver hitch, your 7-pin wiring and your adapter, as well as smart trailer tow connector, LED light. All those are already standard equipment on the Lariat trim. And as we mentioned, as part of the tow package, you get the Pro Trailer Backup Assist, which is that dial, and you get the trailer brake controller. Now you get the integrated trailer brake controller. You get the upgraded rear bumper, so it's going to upgrade that. And really, I think it's actually upgrading the shocks, not necessarily the rear bumper itself. And that just allows for the ability to handle more weight back there if you're doing conventional towing. And then it gives you the bigger 36-gallon fuel tank. Now that's not available with the Power Boost, but it's available on the other engines with getting the 36-gallon fuel tank. So again, Max Trailer Tow package is available for you. And if you want to get the maximum amount of towing, you want to add this package. Now another package I want to talk about that is not showing up here on this build and price that is available. So this year, the tow tech package is not available on the F-150 in the 23 model year, but the 360-degree camera package is available. So it does require to have either the tow package or the Max Trailer Tow package to get the 360-degree camera, but it does include and use those cameras underneath those side mirrors, as well as the front and back to be able to see all the way around you, and also does include reverse trailer guidance as well, and with this package on there. So that is available on the 501A or 502A equipment group, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, 5.5 or 6.5 foot bed. Now let's talk about a package that was included in the 502A equipment group, and that is the Copilot 360 Assist 2.0 package. This is optional on the 501A equipment group. So again, if you don't want those 20-inch wheels, you can go with the 501A equipment group and then add the Copilot 360 Assist 2.0 package to it. So that gives you that adaptive cruise control with stop and go, the lane centering, the speed sign recognition, evasive steering assist, intersection assist, and that connected built-in nav. Now we talked about it earlier if you missed it in the part of the 502A. So that includes that being able to for that adaptive cruise control, set that cruise, and if you're going slower than somebody, it's going to slow you down to go their speed until you pass him and resume. Even bring it to complete stop in that stop and go type of traffic, and just hit that resume button to resume that speed going up. And then it notices those speed signs. So if the speed zone changes, then it's going to slow you down to go the speed of the speed sign or whatever integration you have in there. And then the lane center and keeping the center of your lane. So those are all included with that. And then evasive steering assist, if you didn't see that part of the video, if you can't stop in time, you need to avoid. It's going to help you with the steering with that, around that. And then also with the intersection assist. So if you're coming up to intersection, you're turning into it, it'll stop you so you don't have that accident. And then upgrading your connected navigation to the connected built-in navigation. That allows you to give you 3 years of services without having to pay for a subscription. So again, that is optional on the 501A equipment group, so you don't have to go up to 502A to get that package if you want to stay with the 18-inch wheels. This is an opportunity to be able to do that and add that to that 501A. Now let's talk about the Copilot 360 Active 2.0. Now this upgrades your system. It does require to have the 502A equipment group because you have to have that Copilot 360 Assist 2.0, but even if you added that package to the 501A, you cannot add this unless you go up to the 502A equipment group. So now this system here does also, I forgot to mention on the Copilot 360 Assist 2.0 on the 501A does require to have the 360-degree cameras as well with that package. But now this Active 2.0 is going to give you some great features. So this is where you're going to get your Blue Cruise and your Active Park Assist 2.0. Gets you the front sensing system as well, as you can see there. Now this package here is a real nice package. So that Blue Cruise basically allows you to go hands-free. So with the Park Assist 2.0, the adaptive cruise control with the lane center, you pretty much have everything except you have to keep your hand on the steering wheel. This is where in certain places, in certain situations, it'll actually tell you can take your hands off of the steering wheel and it will control the steering for you in some of those areas there. So that's pretty nice having that Blue Cruise. Also, the Active Park Assist 2.0 will help you parallel park, reverse perpendicular park, and park out using that system. It helps you find those parking spaces and helps you parking the vehicle, controlling all the steering and the shifting of the vehicle even with the Active Park Assist 2.0. Now, I will tell you this, right now they are having issues with the Park Assist 2.0, and so they do require you to add the Active Park Assist 2.0 removal. So that just still gives you the Blue Cruise and all those features, but it removes the availability to be able to use the Active Park Assist 2.0. So I know late in 22 you had to add that to get your vehicle scheduled. So I think in 23 they're hoping to catch up on parts. So that's why they're making an optional equipment for you. On, of course, it's showing you it's being optional on the 502A because you have to have this package to have that. But you want to make sure if you want to get an early 23 that you add that removal until it becomes available. So I'm sure they'll let us know this month with constraints and such that that's probably something will have to be added to your vehicle. But just so you know, if you see that option in there, that you may want to select that unless you're willing to wait for your vehicle, hoping that'll become available later in 23. So again, this is a great package, gives you that Blue Cruise. This is where you get your hands-free driving. Now let's talk about the black appearance package. Now this appearance package does require the 502A equipment group, and also it's not available with the 2.7 liter two-wheel drive or the 3.5 liter EcoBoost two-wheel drive either, and not available with the continuously controlled dampening suspension. It does require to have the short wheelbase, as you can see right here, kind of mentioning that. So it does require the sport appearance package as well, Super Crew, which of course Lariat's now only available in for this year, so it does require a few of those things. Let's see, something else in here. Also, for certain configurations, it requires a spray-in bed liner with the Max Trailer Tow package and the 3.5 hybrid EcoBoost for some reason. Not sure there, but it does require that. So now with this in here, you'll notice it does take the sport appearance package and gives you all those features. So you're getting the front body colored bumpers up here. You're going to get the darked out bezels in here, and the headlights and the tail lights in the back. It does upgrade the grille here. Now on the sport appearance package, I mentioned, I think black. I might have said black, but they're actually a dark alloy, what it says. Here you're going to get the black grille on the front as well on there. Now, you can't see it in this image, but I've seen this in person. It looks sharp. You get an upgraded hood with as well up here. So unique hood with hood vents. So it looks different. So you'll see here it actually shows it the hood going up and down. Actually, on the black appearance package, that hood goes straight across like the trimmer package does. So really sharp looking hood on this, and I want to make sure I highlighted that. Also, your blacked out fender vent, which is also on your sport appearance package, by the way. You're going to get a 6-inch extended running board over here that's going to be black on the side, and you're going to get your black decals on the back here. You can't really see it in this image here. And body color door handles and mirror caps. So you do get body color door handles on the sport appearance package. I didn't mention it because it wasn't in the order guide, but I want to make sure I mention it here with that. And then dark interior appliques as well inside. Oh, also you get the dual exhaust with black tips as well for the it says for all the 4x4s and your 3.5 liter EcoBoost engines. So that's pretty cool. I think I've covered everything else. On the back, you're going to get the black lettering on the back of the tailgate too. It says F-150 as well back there. And then 20-inch black wheels, which I didn't mention yet. So a real nice upgraded package for you if you want to upgrade. Of course, available. As you can see there, it does require the sport appearance package. There's a 145-inch wheelbase, which means Super Crew 5.5-foot bed, and does require the Lariat high package 502A equipment group. Okay, now we're going to talk about your standalone options. And as we talk about those, of course, we're going to use this as a reference, but because I want to let everybody know when you're looking at the extra options, there are things in here that some of these are factory options that can only get at the factory, but some of these are Accessories or dealer installed options that you can get afterwards, and a lot of cases they will hold up your build. So as we're going through those, I am going to actually jot down and make sure we get all these covered, but I do want to cover these and which are which on here, so you kind of know what you probably should get from the factory, or some of those things that you should probably think about leaving off your build. Now, one of the things that will not be listed in the exterior options, and that is the front license plate bracket. So in states that do not require a front license plate, it is optional equipment. But states that do require a front license plate, it's standard equipment. So we're in Kansas, we don't require a front license plate by law, and so there are a lot of people like to put them on optional. We always usually will order them with all of our vehicles, because sometimes out of state people will need those, and we don't know which states do and don't, so we just usually order those with them. So just so you know, front license plate bracket is something that you will want to add, and let us know if you want to add that. And I can't find it on here, but anyway, so it is optional there. So now, bed divider is an accessory you can get afterwards and even install it yourself pretty easily. So that is what they'd call, a dealer installed or an accessory. You wouldn't want to do that. Also, all your bed covers are available through aftermarket, through a lot of your dealers. Some of them will do a free install on them or do a very low cost install. And if it saves 2-3 months and getting it here, what's the cost of having that installed? 1 hour labor, maybe $100, and get a little bit quicker. That's really up to you, but that's something you might think about. Those are a dealer installed option. Actually, they come with the vehicle. They're actually an accessory, but that Ford will install on the vehicle, but they will hold up your build on any of these 3 tonneau covers. Also, your bed liners. You have a plastic drop-in as well as a spray-in liner. Again, those spray-in liners have been holding up in 22. We're holding up a lot of builds, and even we were told take off all your spray-in liners because it's taking too long. Because what happens is, those are things where people actually it goes off to a different building, and they have to spray the liner, and it has to dry and sit a day before it can be shipped out. And so that all takes time to process that and do that a little bit differently. You'd think maybe they could do that when they paint it, but it doesn't usually work that way. It's done after you get the vehicle, and that takes manpower, and that's done by a person. Bed mat also is something that can just be put in the vehicle. You can get that through accessories, and it's also included either in dealer installed options or under the accessory section for our order guide. I had to get my mind. Now, stowable bed ramps or the stowable loading ramps, use those. Box link system does require that, and also is something you can get afterwards too. In some situations, if you want those in a bed cover, you can't get them in conjunction with each other either, so you might think about that when you're ordering your vehicle. Wheel well liner is also listed as an accessory, I believe, and can be added to your vehicle afterwards, but it's not a factory installed option that you have to get at the factory either. Box link system is something we're going to mention, because box link is something you might want to add to your vehicle. It is included in that package, as we mentioned earlier, but also is a standalone option for you. So you can get the box link system. It is available on either the 501 or 502A equipment group, but is included in that bed utility package we talked about earlier. Twin panel moonroof, also mentioned in here. I actually had it under interior options. Available on the 501 or 502A equipment group. In the past, it was always on the 502. It's available on either one this year. Gives you the front panel that opens up, and then the full sunscreen that's power as well in there. So twin panel moonroof is something you can add. CCD, the continuous control dampening suspension, is available on the 502A equipment only, and is not available with the FX4 Off Road Package or the 2.7 EcoBoost with the 2-wheel drive. So keep that in mind. If you're wanting 2-wheel drive 2.7, you cannot get the CCD, but that is something. Continuous control dampening suspension helps you with those imperfections in the road to handle those a little bit better. A lot of times it requires you to have the 20-inch wheels, but in this case, it does not. So no reference to that, but that can be added to the vehicle as well there. Engine block heater is something you can add. Engine block heater is available on the 501 or 502A equipment group. With the 5.0 liter engine, does require to have the front license plate bracket. And then that engine block heater, cold weather states, allows you to be able to plug that the vehicle in, keeping it warm and getting it ready to go there. Let's see, moving on down, the splash guards, that's an accessory. I'd get that afterwards. That is actually holding up a lot of Maverick builds, so I wouldn't take the chance here, as well as your bed tray liner. I think that's kind of like your all-weather, all-weather mats. It doesn't just go in the bottom like a bed mat. It actually curves up on the edges, so that way it doesn't move around as much on you. But that is something you, again, can get afterwards and put in the vehicle. Wheel lock kit also is something that is a dealer installed option. So the dealer would install it when it comes in. They basically take one of the lug nuts off and replace it with these lockable ones. Again, I wouldn't, you can add that. That hasn't been holding up too many builds, but that is something. It's not really a factory installed option. It's done at the dealer. Extended range 36-gallon fuel tank. Now this is something, if you're wanting to put it on there, you want to get it done from the factory. Only way to get that is available on the 501 or 502A equipment group there. Onboard scales with the smart hitch. This is pretty cool. It is going to show you in the screen how much you have in that payload. To really kind of monitor that. Now, this is kind of something that came out when we were talking about the power boost, and as well as the Lightning, but now it's available in any of your trucks, so that's pretty cool getting that. So let me double check my notes here. I believe it is available on either of the, if I can find it, I believe that is available on either of the, I put it under the interior, the 501 or 502A equipment group, and no other requirements with that. So that's pretty cool to have if you want to have that added. These others, doesn't show any prices. We know about the assist and the removal. We talked about that earlier. Auto start stop removal, doesn't mention it in here. Don't forget about that. That is something that you want to put on your vehicle, especially early on in 23 if you want to get it scheduled. And some people don't want the auto start stop on there anyway. Now moving on down to the Pro Power onboard. So the 2 kilowatt Pro Power onboard is optional equipment on your gas engines. That is not available with the Power Boost full hybrid engine. That is available for you. So let me look at that one here and get our requirements on that one there. So Pro Power onboard available in the 501 or 502A equipment group. Not available with the full hybrid I mentioned earlier, and does require the 360-degree camera package, which is, I think that's weird why it would need that, but that's what the notes tell me. So there you go. 2.4 kilowatt Pro Power onboard is the standard equipment on the full hybrid, not optional. But you do have on the full hybrid, you can get the 7.2 kilowatt Pro Power onboard, giving you 4 outlets back there, 240 volt outlet as well. If you want to upgrade from 2.4 to 7.2, you can do that on the Power Boost engine only, available on the 501 or 502A equipment group. We mentioned 360-degree camera package already. It's actually showing it as in 22 as a standalone option. But it's actually, I included in the packages earlier, and that's all we're showing. We do have this mirror package here, Power Scope trailer tow mirror. So if you want that big mirror, it does require to have either the tow package or the max trailer tow package, but it's available on the 501 or 502A, and we'll give you all the same features you had with the other. The power folding, the power mirror, the heated mirror, the integrated turn signal, as well as your security approach lamp, spotlights, all that included in there. I believe it does require to have the 360-degree camera package, which is for that, but that is also available there. Something that's not showing here. Here we go. We're getting down to it here. We do have the different running boards here. So we talked about the chrome running boards being standard equipment, but you can get the 6-inch extended chrome running boards on the vehicle too. So those running boards are available on either the 501 or 502 equipment, but they're not available with the Sport Appearance package. And we talked about the other running boards, the gray ones available as optional equipment on the Sport Appearance package. Power deployable boards are also available, optional for you on the 502A equipment group. Does require that, but that is available, and you have a special one with the black appearance package too. So you have a couple of different options there for power deployable running boards. Let's see, anything else? Two-tone paint. It says paint application, not showing it. Two-tone paint is available as well if you want that. Double check on that. Two-tone paint is optional on the 501 or 502A equipment group, not available with the Sport Appearance package, so only the Chrome Appearance package. So that's all your exterior options here. Let's move down and talk about some of the interior options. Now let's move down to the interior options. And again, some of those exterior options, as I mentioned, some of those are, factory installed options. So hopefully I kind of let you know which ones are definitely factory ones you want to get first. you know, those dealer installed options. Same way on the interior, you know, as we go through some of these, like, you know, the first aid kit with the Ford logo, that easily can get through accessories and just mailed to you, put in the vehicle. This, and actually you can't get the bench seat anymore, so this not even showing up right now, so that's kind of weird. But you can get, you know, some other things like the, you know, the ashtray and such. Now, floor liners are things that, you know, again, these are something you can get afterwards if you want to, or from the factory. Floor liners hasn't been something that's been holding up builds and been on the constraint list this last year, so we assume that'll probably be the same way. So it's probably something you could add to your build, but if you don't want to chance it, just leave it off and get it through aftermarket or accessories, and they can help you out. Now, you see different versions, one with the floor liners and one with the floor liners less the carpeted mats, which means that if you order those, you won't get the standard carpeted mats. If you're never going to use them, you can do it that way as well. So I'm going to mark these off as we go through those now. Those are both available on the 501A or 502A equipment group there. The partitioned lockable fold flat storage. So this is pretty cool. Let's see if I can click on that. It actually shows an image of that right in there, but you can kind of see that folds out and you can store more in there. So you do get under seat storage. When they talk about it, it's like small. This is much wider, and so you have a little more compartment, and then you can supposedly lock that. On my Lightning, mine's not lockable, but it's supposed to be lockable, and of course not available. It says available with the 2.0, so you can get this one. The smaller ones you'll take out if you have the 2.0 kilowatt Pro Power on board, but it's available with this one. So that is available on the, let me double check the stats on that one, if I can get it. And that is available on the 500 or 501 or 502A equipment group. So that's pretty cool if you want to add that as an upgrade to the vehicle. So moving on down, we do have the integrated trailer brake controller. So we talked about that being included in the tow package or the max trailer tow package, but if you go with the standard hitch package, you can add the integrated trailer brake controller with that as well. So if you want to add that, it is included in the tow packages. So if you already have those, don't worry about it. But if you just have the class 4 receiver hitch, you want to add the integrated trailer brake controller, you can add that on the 501 or 502A equipment group. The ash cup, again, those are, you can get those through aftermarket. I wouldn't worry about those unless you really want to make sure you have it. Those shouldn't hold up your build, so you can go ahead and throw those on there if you want to. Interior work surface, and that is really cool. See if I can click on that. See, give us an image of that. That is available, so that's pretty cool too. It basically, you press that, you lower that your shifter down, and then you can fold it out, and you can see there. You can put your laptop on there. You can write on there. Makes it really cool. Interior work surface available in the 501 or 502A equipment group for the Lariat trim. Moving on down, you do have the console vault. That is also an aftermarket add that you can put in the console too. So either way, you can get that later. I'd get it later. It might hold up your build, but that will help you out. And I think we've covered everything else. Wireless charging pad, not showing on here. So this for this year is available on the 501A equipment group. It's included in the 502A equipment group. Now, one last thing I wanted to cover before we get done with this video here is sometimes I'll take some time and talk about the different gear ratios. And so a lot of your gear ratios that are standard on your F-150 are non-aluminum slip gear ratios you can see here. And they're different based on two-wheel drive versus 4x4 and depending on what engine you go with. So pick your engine that you kind of want, drivetrain and everything, and then you'll go down and see what is included with that engine and drivetrain. So in this case it's a 355, some cases it's a 331, and you also can see here some of those packages we've talked about earlier included an electronic locking gear ratio right within those different packages. But if you don't go with some of those packages, you can still upgrade and get in this case, if you want that 355, you can go 355 electronic locking, but it does cost you a little bit of money, and these values might change for 23, but just know that you can get optional gear ratios. But usually we see a 331, 355, 373. And again, if you go up and pick a different engine, so let's say we go up here and we pick that power boost, so we click on that and change that. Now that might give us some warnings. There you go. So we're 4x4 power boost, and in this case, see it switched our transmission, but also down there it switched to the 373 electronic locker gear ratio. So that's what's standard. Now if I go two-wheel drive, I think it stays 373 on the hybrid if I remember right from this. So go on down. So it's telling us to change different. Now we go down there. Now it's 355. So it is 355 for the two-wheel drive. So, you know, pick your engine, drivetrain and such, and then see what's standard. And you can always elect to go with an electric locker. Hybrids will always go with an e-locker on them, and that's going to be standard equipment on those. But there you go. I wanted to kind of cover that. That is going to be listed right there with the powertrains right before your packages. I assume it's going to be the same in 23, but there you go. I wanted to make sure I covered that as well before we get into our ending. Okay, well, that covers all of our standard equipment, the different high equipment group, as we mentioned, as well as different packages, standalone options, all on this one video. Very long video, as I mentioned, so feel free to move around, go back and check out things on the video. But hopefully this video did help you out, especially if you're looking to do a custom order with a dealership. This guide can help you out and let you know at least what's standard, because building price doesn't always give you those standard equipment, but also gives you some different some information now if you don't want to wait for that order guide to come out. So hopefully this video helped you out, and if it did, smash that like button. If you're looking at a dealership, can't find a local dealer that will, you know, honor MSRP pricing now as well as when it comes in, if they don't know about price protection or about how to lock in rates, we know how to do all that here at McArthur. And if you're wanting to, you know, do that, we do free shipping. So the way we're very transparent about it, we do ask that you finance a vehicle with us, because we pay for that shipping out of the reserve we get from the lenders. So if you finance it with us, I'll pay up to $1,000 of the shipping cost. So if you plan to finance anyway, is the way I say it, most people do, and you plan to finance anyway, then you can get up to $1,000 of free shipping and have it delivered right to your door. If you'd like to rather fly in, drive it home, we can do that too, and we'll pay for your travel costs. So like a flight in, as well as some gas or hotel stays on the way back, we can do that as well. And again, we'll cover up to $1,000 of your travel expenses if you finance the vehicle with us. So if you're looking to do that, don't forget you can call or send us a text message. Of course, the number is 785-823-2237. So you can call that number and get started if you want to work that deal, and we can help you out with that and give you that free shipping. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed over to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified next time another video upload to your YouTube channel. And don't forget, if you are getting a vehicle on order, whether it's with us or not, we do a live stream every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, where we actually go over production information about what model lines are scheduling and what weeks they're scheduling for every week in these videos. So very informative videos. A lot of people like to watch those after they have a vehicle on order to kind of keep them updated. It makes it easier because we go over all that information in this, as well as some other cool little topics that we have in a live stream on Ford vehicles. So, you know, take advantage of that and join us on Tuesday nights if you'd like to on our live stream. And don't forget to find us on social media. We're at McArthur on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And if you'd like to follow me, you can check out the different places you can find me on social media, as well as the different video outlets that I have if you check out my Linktree account. So it's Linktree/Ford Video Guide. See it there on the screen. Hopefully, if we remember to put it in there. So just definitely check out the different places you can find me on social media too. Again, thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Hopefully it helped you out, which is the main goal of this. And until the next video, we'll see you later.